You wake up, you commute, you work for 4 hours, you eat, you work another 4, you commute home, and you sleep, Monday through Friday. We follow this path most of the time without thinking. We make the gestures commanded by existence, carried along by a mechanical rhythm, expending our physical and mental energy just to survive another day. But then, one day, the stage sets collapse. The simple question, why, arises. The chain of daily gestures breaks, and you are left standing in a sudden, sickening weariness. In that moment of pause, we look for a reason. Human beings have a wild, desperate, unyielding longing for clarity. We want to know that our struggles matter, and we demand that the universe provide us with a definitive meaning for our existence. This graphic shows the collision between our intense human appetite for absolute meaning and the cold, unreasonable silence of the universe. The world simply does not answer our demand for purpose. When that human desire for clarity locks into the irrationality of the world, a permanent, vibrating tension is created. Camus called this unresolvable divorce the absurd. It lives entirely in the confrontation between what we want and what the world actually is. Once you recognize this tension, you cannot unsee it. It forces a single, inescapable question, which Camus considered the only truly serious philosophical problem, determining if a meaningless life is actually worth living. Camus wasn't asking this question from the comfort of a quiet university. He was writing in 1940, as the French army collapsed and Nazi forces occupied Paris. The fall of France stripped away every societal illusion of order or meaning. While Europe tore itself apart, Camus was fighting his own brutal, life-threatening battle with tuberculosis. He spent long stretches in stark hospital wards, coughing up blood, acutely aware of his own mortality. This is Albert Camus. Surrounded by the destruction of a continent and the decay of his own lungs, he was desperately searching for a concrete reason to keep going when all external reasons had vanished. Absurdism functions as a necessary survival mechanism. Camus built this framework to extract happiness and defiance directly from the darkest possible circumstances. Faced with a meaningless world, the most obvious reaction is physical suicide. But Camus rejects this. Killing yourself is a total surrender to the absurd, eliminating the tension simply by eliminating yourself. There is a second, far more subtle trap humans fall into. Camus called it philosophical suicide. To understand it, he looked at the 19th century Danish philosopher Søren Kierkegaard. Kierkegaard deeply recognized the irrationality of the world. He looked at biblical stories and the chaos of human experience, and he admitted that none of it made logical sense. But instead of sitting with that discomfort, Kierkegaard took a leap of faith. He decided that because the world is absurd, God must be absurd too, and therefore we must simply believe in him. He used the lack of meaning as a springboard into religion to escape the pain of not knowing. Camus viewed this leap as an intellectually dishonest betrayal of human reason. You cannot solve a math problem by erasing the equation. To achieve true freedom, you have to stay entirely in the tension, refusing to invent comforting answers that don't exist. This brings us to Jean-Paul Sartre, a contemporary of Camus and the leading figure of existentialism, a philosophical movement often confused with Camus' own work. Sartre argued that because the universe lacks inherent meaning, humans are totally free to invent their own subjective purpose. If there is no pre-written script, you get to write your own values and give your own life meaning. Camus strictly rejected this idea as well. To him, manufacturing a subjective meaning is another coping mechanism. It is another attempt to put a warm blanket over the cold, hard silence of the universe. We cannot quit through suicide. We cannot invent false deities. We cannot create fake meanings. Instead, we simply have to stare directly into the void with complete lucidity and choose to live anyway. Camus turned to the ancient myth of Sisyphus, identifying him as the ultimate hero of the absurd condition. For defying the gods, Sisyphus was condemned to the underworld. His punishment was to roll a massive rock to the top of a mountain, only to watch it roll back down. He must repeat this agonizing, bone-crushing labor forever. It is an eternity of exertion, resulting in absolutely nothing. Camus points out that this endless labor is only truly a tragedy because Sisyphus is entirely conscious of its futility. He knows the rock will fall. He harbors no illusions that his work will ever be finished. But Camus is most interested in the exact moment Sisyphus watches the stone rush back down the slope and begins his heavy walk back to the bottom. That pause, that descent, is the hour of his supreme consciousness. In that moment, he realizes his absolute freedom. Sisyphus accepts the rock, he accepts the futility, and from the depths of total physical exhaustion, a profound, defiant joy emerges. His fate belongs to him. Camus called this state absurd revolt. It is the act of defying the universe's meaninglessness simply by refusing to give up. By passionately continuing to live and breathe and push the rock, you conquer the punishment. The universe remains silent, but our response does not have to be despair. The struggle itself toward the heights is enough to fill a man's heart. We must imagine Sisyphus happy.